Once upon a time there lived a young, vibrant and beautiful woman named Amina. Amina had always believed in the power of love. From a young age, she dreamed of marrying a man who would sweep her off her feet, cherish her, and treat her with the love and respect her parents had always shown one another. Born into a humble family, she was raised with values of kindness, patience, and hard work. When she met Malik, a handsome, successful young man, it felt like destiny had finally smiled upon her. Malik was everything she had ever wanted. He was tall, well-spoken, and his smile had a way of lighting up a room. They met at a mutual friend's wedding, and from that moment, they were inseparable. He wooed her with sweet words and grand gestures, and soon enough, Malik proposed. Amina, overwhelmed with joy, accepted without hesitation. Her parents, though happy for her, expressed concern over one thing: Malik's mother. Malik's mother was a woman of great pride and strong opinions. She had been widowed at a young age and had single-handedly raised her son, Malik. Because of this, she was fiercely protective and controlling of him. There were whispers in the village about her difficult nature and how no woman was ever good enough for her son. But Amina, blinded by love, dismissed these warnings. She believed that, with time, Malik's mother would come to love her as her own. The wedding was grand. Malik's family spared no expense, and Amina looked like a princess in her flowing white gown. However, amidst the joy and celebration, Amina noticed the cold glances Malik's mother shot her way. She brushed it off, thinking that perhaps it was just nerves or the overwhelming nature of the day. Things began to change as soon as Amina moved into Malik's family house. The house was a large mansion, situated at the edge of town, far from her family and the people she had grown up with. While Malik was loving and attentive in the early days of their marriage, his work as a businessman often took him away on long trips. It was during these absences that Malik's mother's true nature began to show. At first, it was subtle. Malik's mother would criticize Amina's cooking, complaining that it was too salty or too bland. Then she would make snide remarks about Amina's upbringing, calling her village girl in a derogatory tone. Amina tried to please her mother-in-law, learning new recipes, and trying to fit into the household. But nothing seemed to be enough. One evening, after Malik had left for another business trip, Malik's mother's criticisms took a cruel turn. Amina had spent hours preparing dinner, only for Malik's mother to push the plate away with disgust. "This is what you call food," she sneered. "I told Malik not to marry you. You're too simple. You don't belong in this family." Amina's heart sank. She wanted to respond, but her upbringing had taught her to respect her elders. So, she kept silent, hoping that things would improve with time. But they didn't. As the weeks passed, the verbal abuse intensified. Malik's mother would wake Amina up at dawn, ordering her to clean the entire house, even though they had housekeepers. If Amina missed a spot or didn't move fast enough, Malik's mother would scold her, sometimes even locking her out of the house in the heat of the midday sun. There were days when Amina would sit outside, crying silently, waiting for Malik's mother to let her back in. Malik, unaware of what was happening, continued to shower Amina with love during the brief moments he was home. Amina thought about telling him, but each time she tried, Malik's mother would give her a look that silenced her. She feared that if she complained, things would only get worse. So, she kept her pain hidden, smiling when Malik was around and crying herself to sleep when he was gone. The breaking point came one afternoon when Malik's mother accused Amina of stealing her jewelry. It was a lie, of course, but Malik's mother was determined to humiliate her. "You thief! You've come into my house to rob me!" Malik's mother screamed, pulling Amina by the arm and dragging her to the living room where some of the house staff had gathered. "I knew you were no good from the start." Amina, shocked and hurt by the accusation, tried to defend herself. "I didn't take anything, Mama. I swear. But Malik's mother was relentless. Pack your things and leave my house, she shouted, pointing toward the door. Just as Amina was about to speak, Malik walked in, having returned from his trip earlier than expected. He looked from his mother to his wife, confusion written all over his face. "What's going on?" he asked. Malik's mother wasted no time in telling her version of the story. "This woman you call your wife is a thief. She's been stealing from me." Amina's eyes filled with tears. "Malik, I didn't." But before she could finish, Malik turned to her with anger in his eyes. "Amina, how could you?" Amina was stunned. The man who had once promised to love and protect her was now looking at her as if she was a stranger. He didn't even give her a chance to explain. He simply believed his mother's lies. That night, Amina packed her things and left the house. She returned to her parents, broken and humiliated. The marriage that she had once believed was a fairy tale had turned into a nightmare. Months passed, and while Malik tried to reach out to her, Amina couldn't bring herself to forgive him. The trust had been shattered. She realized that, in the end, love wasn't enough if it didn't come with respect and understanding. Amina's story became a cautionary tale in the village. People spoke of the dangers of entering a marriage without understanding the dynamics of the family. And while Amina's heart was heavy with the pain of what she had endured, she knew that she would one day find the strength to rebuild her life, free from the shadows of Malik's mother cruelty. As time went on, Amina learned to value herself again. She pursued her passion for tailoring, opened her own shop, and became an independent woman. Though her love for Malik had faded, her love for herself had grown stronger. And in that strength, she found the peace that had eluded her for so long.